Good morning friends, it is Friday. I took leave for the day and I thought today's video can be a little pageant prep video, stuff that I'm doing in preparation for the pageant. So the stuff that I need, buying the stuff, and just, yes, a little preparation video for the pageant. Today we are on our way to Cape Town. I need to go with my mom for a doctor's appointment, but then after the doctor's appointment I managed to schedule some time with a designer. So I'm going to meet with a designer and see if she can maybe help me with one of my dresses. I think I've mentioned before I need quite a few dresses. I need a red gown, a white, silver or gold gown, and then, oh my goodness, why does it feel like I'm forgetting something now? Oh, then I also need a national costume. So those are all of the, like, the big gown expenses that I have to get sorted. So I'm going to meet a designer today with regards to one of the gowns at least. I also tried contacting a second designer. He has not responded yet if he'll be able to see me today, but if not today, then I'll have to take another day's leave somewhere and go see him. But I'm also excited to work with him on this. Okay, so my look for the day, I feel like I am giving like off-duty model type of vibes. Oh, my phone's ringing, just hold. So yes, I feel like I'm giving off-duty model type of vibes, or that's in my mind what I'm going for. So I'm wearing black tights and black long sleeve shirt, and then a cream and black shirt over it with some cute little cream and black ballet flats also. So it's black and cream outfit for the day, and then I'm going to pair it with my Louis. As mentioned in last week's episode, I went to Cape Town to start doing some pageant prep, and on the day we went to Cape Town, I went into a couple of shops to start looking for outfits for the pageant. Please consider subscribing. I do new videos every weekend, so I hope you'll join the family. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And in YDE I fitted some dresses, so I'll show you some of the clips of that. So the dresses were nice and I liked them. It was just that the fit wasn't as I would have liked them, and that is basically the reason why I did not buy any of them. But the style I like. The puffed sleeve on the one dress I loved. The oversized, or not, what was it, like a little ruffle that was down the front. I loved that effect on that dress, but it had like a kind of draping around the hip, and I don't think the draping or the skirt was wide enough, because the draping pleated in a way that it should not pleat. It should be pleated because it's draping, but I could see from the way it draped that it was because it wasn't either cut properly, or maybe that part of the dress was too small for me and it pulled and it didn't look nice then. So yes, so ultimately I decided not to go with that dress with either of the dresses I fitted at YDE. The other stores that we went into, I didn't really find anything. So if I have not mentioned before, I need a white little cocktail dress, a black little cocktail dress, so both of them should be short. Then I need a white, gold or silver gown, and that's for the finale. And it should not be a ball gown. And then I also need a red gown, and that one is going to be used for a photo shoot. So that is the evening gowns that I need. And then when I did Mrs. Essay, we normally mentioned pageant casual wear, so I would need some pageant casual wear outfits for the days that we are there, I think. And obviously you don't just want to pack what they asked for. You should pack a little bit more for if you have any incidents, or if something unexpected happens or pops up, then you would have some extra. So on the day we were in Cape Town, I also managed to find some shoes, I went into Steve Madden and I had a look at all of the shoes, and some of them, pageant shoes are normally shoes with a little platform or with a huge platform, either way. So there were some shoes that had a huge platform. I think I'll link some photos for you guys so you know what I'm talking about. I did not feel comfortable to go with a shoe that had such a big platform. So there were these other shoes that I saw and that I decided to fit. I'm glad I wasn't scared to fit, and that I actually took the time to fit them. So I fit these shoes in store, and I got them in the silver color. Let me go get the silver one. So I got them in the silver color in store. So the style name is Sunlit, and I took a 7.5, which translates to a 5 in South Africa. And as mentioned, they are silver, they do have a platform and then a heel. And then they've got this detail on the ankle strap. You would not believe me if I told you that these shoes are comfortable. I have not walked in heels in ages, and I can walk in them. They are beautiful, they are comfortable, and they are pageant appropriate. So yes, I love these. And when I bought them, they were, let's see how much, I think I paid 1,700 rand for them. I think that was the amount. Why isn't there a price on here? But I think that's what I paid in store. And you know how when you buy something and when you talk about something, then the machines are listening. Yes, so it was actually 1799, so 1,800 rand. You know, the machines are listening. So the machines heard that I bought a pair of Steve Madden shoes. And then the one day I was watching YouTube, as I do, because as a YouTuber you watch other YouTube channels to do some research, to get some ideas, inspiration. I was watching YouTube and lo and behold, a Steve Madden ad popped up. I decided to take the bite and I went on the website, and guess what? My shoes were on there. I hope the size is the right size, because I was not sure if they're showing it in SA size or if they're showing it in US size. So let's check. So this is the shoes that I bought last week, 2 weeks back at Steve Madden in Cape Town. And then I noticed that they have a sale on the website. So I purchased the same shoe, just in a different color. Yay! Looks the same as the other ones. Perfect. And even better still, they were marked down. I think they were marked down by 500 rand. So I paid 1,300 rand for them on the website. So because these ones were so comfortable, I decided to get the same shoe in a different color. Yeah, so they also, as mentioned, they show as 1.8 and then they were marked down to 1,295, so a 500 rand reduction. So I decided to get the black pair because for the pageant, I don't know if I mentioned now, but we have like a little handbook with all of the rules and like all of the details of the stuff that we need to pack and take. So according to that handbook, I need black shoes, silver shoes, gold shoes, and then nude shoes. And then anything else that I think I might need that coordinates with my outfits. So yes, so these, the silver and the black, that's now I've got them. Now I still need to look for nude shoes and white shoes. I do have a pair of nude platforms that I bought when I did Mrs. SA, but I never used them. because my coach told me they're not pageant appropriate. They had a thick block chunky heel, and when I look at them they do look clunky, so I decided not to wear them then, and I really want to give it my all this time around. So I do not want to buy things that I don't think will align with what I want to get from this pageant. So yes, I bought the shoes. Then on another occasion, we also went to Cape Town, but we also went to Cape Town, and I went in at Sissy Boy. I don't know if I've told you, but my girl is obsessed with Sissy Boy, so I went in to Sissy Boy, and I saw, these little knitted dresses with the stripes, and that's like form fitted. So on this occasion I saw one of those dresses, and I thought that little dress would be perfect for the pageant, and I bought that little dress. Then so I've been on quite a couple of websites so far, and the algorithms, when you start watching something, then it keeps on populating more and more of that item in your feed. So on my Instagram, I was looking at dress designers, and then it started showing me all of these dress shops and designer shops. Let me quickly go switch off the air fryer. Okay, where was I? So it started popping up all of these designer shops and dress shops, and I remembered that my friend from Mrs. SA, she had a dress from, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but any case, so I went to see him on Friday. I'm just going to insert the clip here. And I went to his shop. I'll show his shop here. We had a consultation, so I had to pay around about 800 Rand for the consultation, and he asked me for some inspiration pictures, which I shared with him. I have to say, my sister, she is a big help. She is doing all of these tasks that I don't have time for. She does for me, so thank you so much, Amy. So she found me lots of inspiration photos for dresses, for national costumes, and those are the photos that I showed to him. And he had like a mini little interview with me, asking me about my why, and if I want to do Mrs. SA again, and all of these things. We had a lovely little chat. He's quite a nice man. And then as we were busy chatting, he just started sketching something out for me. So the plan is now for him to do a proper design sketch idea, and then he would put together like a little mood board and provide a quote, and then based on that I could then say if I give the go ahead or not. So at the moment I am waiting on that. So this happened on Friday, and then obviously he took my measurements so that he can know how big the size and everything. Actually, before I went to go see another designer that I also found on Instagram. Her name is, or the company's name is, I think. So I also went to her and discussed the options, what I need, etc. And then also showed her the same images that my sister that I also shared with her. So I'm trying to determine at the moment which designer would be the best fit for which dress, if I can put it that way. And then also maybe, because I don't just need evening wear, so maybe someone that could help me with my interview outfits, or with one of the outfits that's needed, and maybe to help with alterations, because some of my items that I thought of maybe wearing for the pageant does not fit nicely anymore. So I think for a pageant, fit is very important to how you represent yourself. So yes, I went to go see her as well. For her, the process was a little bit different. She works alone. She did not want to take measurements at that point in time. She asked me to send her some more inspiration photos, and then based on that inspiration photos, she would make a design, or adjust the design to what she thinks would work for a pageant and for my figure. she did mention that she's done some pageant work before, and the contestant that she dressed before, they actually won the fashion award for their pageant. So that's quite nice to know that I'll be in safe hands. So yeah, so she asked me to share some more inspiration photos with her, and then she did not take my measurements on the day. She says because there's still a lot of time before February, she would prefer to take my measurements, I think, in January. And she also mentioned that she normally finishes one dress at a time, so it takes around about 3 days from start to finish with a dress. So yeah, so I still owe her some inspiration photos. Then in 2023, after I fell out of the Mrs. South Africa competition, I did a fashion show at the Koelkamer, and I met some designers there, and at that point in time I was thinking of competing in Mrs. South Africa again, and I asked this designer if I do a pageant again, if he would be willing to assist. And years passed and I didn't do a pageant again, and then at the beginning of this year I was judging at one of the schools that I regularly judge for, and they needed a male judge. So because I know that he's in the West, so he's not from the Western Cape, he's based in Gauteng originally, but he's got a holiday home on the side. So I know that he does travel between Gauteng and here quite frequently. So I contacted him and I asked him if he would be interested in judging a pageant here in the Western Cape or in the West Coast. And he was willing, and he said all is fine. And in the end, it did not work out that way. Something happened and he could not do the pageant with me anymore. So then we were in contact again. And then I can't remember because I had to contact him for the pageant. I said, hi, do you remember we met at this fashion show and I asked you if you would be willing to help me if I ever did a pageant again, but there's a pageant at the school now, would you be willing to help? So that's how I refreshed his memory as to who I was. So he had that background now. So when this opportunity happened now, or when this pageant opportunity happened, I thought of him immediately and I sent him a message and I asked him, would you still be willing to help? And I think I can't remember now if he answered immediately or if I had to wait a little bit, but in any case, I actually think he did answer immediately. And so that was that. Then I replied, but when I replied, there was like silence for quite a long time. And I was thinking to myself last week, okay, I must phone him. I must ask if he's still willing to assist. And then on Thursday afternoon, he phones me. And it's just like the stars are aligning. He phones me, says he didn't forget about me. It's been matric farewell, which is true. All of the designers are are mentioning it, that they're busy with the matric farewells. So yes, he was busy with matric farewell, and that's why it took a little while to get back to me. So he's still willing to help me, and he asked me then that I must just send him also like the specifications, like the colors and all of those things that are needed, and the different items that are needed, and then my measurements. So because I did my measurements on Friday, I can now share it with my other designer. So I am feeling comfortable with the evening gowns at this point in time. Now it's more the cocktail dresses that are needed, like the black and the white. The interview outfits, I need a black interview outfit and a white interview outfit. And then, as mentioned, the pageant casual wear that I also think will be important for me to get and to source. My sister knows someone that also makes clothes in the area, so she sent me his details, So I must still contact him. But I think the reason why I'm so slow with contacting him is because I wasn't sure of what I wanted before and who I wanted to go with. And luckily, also the other thing with him is he has some contacts, obviously, being in the business. So he also said that he will put me in touch with one of his friends that also, she's not a designer, she's got a shop that hires out evening dresses and such, and he thinks that she will also be able to help me. So at least there's that avenue as well. So now I just need to sort out white cocktail, black cocktail, and the judging outfits. Oh, and then the other thing that's important is my national costume. That's also quite a big one. And then, oh yes, I forgot to mention, I also contacted one of my pageant sisters that did Mrs. South Africa with me. She is a fashion designer, and I contacted her as well. And she said that she'll also be willing to help me. So I actually still owe her my measurements as well. And I think I've sent the pageant handbook thingy, I've sent to her already with the details of what is needed. So the hair salon that I normally go to, they approached me and asked me if I wanted to be a model for them for a training day. So I got to have a lovely experience, and I got my hair dyed. You've probably noticed by now because it's been like this for a couple of weeks already. So I got my hair dyed by being a model for them. And what do you think? Do you like the red color or the red brownish color, or do you prefer my black hair? My daughter says black all the way. She does not like the lighter color on me. I don't mind it either way, the black or the brown. But I did want something a little bit softer maybe. But obviously your natural hair color would suit you best always. Yes, so is that now all of the pageant updates? I think it is. Yeah, I think I must also maybe get a teeth whitening appointment somewhere. I must get my Botox topped up. I must still, what else must I do? I am thinking, was it in the beginning of this year that I had the fibroblast treatment? I think I must get that done again, or something else. I don't know. My eye area, it is not looking its best at the moment, so I must do something with regards to that. Oh, then the other thing is, obviously I've started, that I've been on an exercise journey since I think April. And then in May, I also decided to go on a healthy eating journey, and I've started following the Tukan diet. And that was, luckily, that started happening even before this whole pageant thing happened. So when this news of the pageant came, I was already on my way to losing weight, eating healthy, and doing some exercise. So that's obviously the other leg of my pageant updates, is keeping up with my fitness journey and then also with a healthy eating journey. So in here I shared now the protein ice cream that I'm making, and then I'll also share some of my lunch salads that I do every day, just to keep to try and stick to the diet. So it's mostly, I'm having tuna as the base for my protein source, and then I'll add different types of vegetables just to keep it interesting and flavorful for myself. I am not so strict at the moment in the evening, but obviously I think closer to the time I will start getting stricter again. And then what I told the two designers that I chatted with on Friday was, Christmas is still ahead, and I know myself, I normally let go over the festive period. Guys, I have not taken leave yet for December, and this year it just seems to be such a battle with leave. I don't even want to get into it. So let's not do that. Let's not discuss leave and all of that, but just, yes, so December. But I think I must just tell myself that I'm going to be strict this coming holiday, and not let go, and try and stick to the plan, stick to higher protein foods and maybe not so much carbs. I can do it, but it's going to be difficult. So yes, you guys must wish me luck with that one. I think that is all of the pageant updates. I really think so now. See you again next week.